You felt it, the weight on your chest, the heaviness of a life that feels out of your control. The days when you wake up and it seems like the world is just too much. The dreams that once felt so clear are now clouded by doubts, struggles, and the relentless question, can I keep going? I'm here to tell you, right now, that this moment, this struggle, is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something deeper, something stronger than you've ever known. Because if you've made it this far, despite everything, you've already proven you have the power to rise again. The road to greatness is not a straight line, and the darkest moments often lead to the brightest breakthroughs. Watch this video till the end, because what you're about to hear could change everything. There are days when it feels like you're drowning. The weight of life presses down on you, your energy drained, your mind spinning. Every fiber in your being screams to just stop, to throw in the towel and step away from the fight. You've tried, you've given everything, and yet it seems like no matter how hard you push, you're stuck in place. And in that moment, all you can think is, I don't want to do this anymore. We've all been there, those days when your body feels like lead, when the world is a blur, and all you want is peace. You've faced so much already, so much that you've almost forgotten what it feels like to breathe without the weight. But here's the truth, the act of showing up, even when you feel like you have nothing left, might just be the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. I know it's hard. Hell, some days it feels impossible. But what you don't realize is that showing up is not about being perfect, or even about being strong. It's about deciding in that moment when everything inside you screams to give up, to simply keep going. It doesn't matter if you're crawling instead of running. What matters is that you're still moving, that you're still present. When you're in the middle of your lowest, when the idea of pushing forward feels like it's beyond your reach, the simple act of showing up is the lifeline that will keep you alive. You don't have to know exactly how or why, but showing up, just showing up, is the start of everything. You're standing at the edge of what seems like the end. You're tired, you're exhausted, and you're afraid that you've given everything you have. But what if I told you that in this very moment, the most important thing you can do for yourself is not to fight the exhaustion, not to fight the frustration, but to be there for yourself, exactly as you are. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to have it all together. What matters is that you don't walk away. What matters is that you don't close the door on yourself. You show up, even when the world feels like it's falling apart around you. There's something sacred about the act of showing up. It's the refusal to let the darkness swallow you whole. It's saying to yourself, I may not have all the answers, but I'll be here. I'll be here through the mess, through the doubt, through the fear. It's the small, quiet act of being there for yourself when no one else can. When you feel alone, when you feel defeated, just being there for yourself is enough. In fact, it's everything. You see, showing up is not just about moving forward. It's not about hitting goals or crushing obstacles. It's about consistency. It's about continuing, even when you don't know what's next. Even when the results don't come right away. You don't need to see the finish line. You just need to take the next step. And here's what happens when you start showing up day after day. It starts to build momentum. What feels impossible at first starts to feel less heavy. What seems like a mountain begins to feel like a hill you can climb. It's in these moments of showing up, even when the world feels like it's falling apart, that something inside you begins to shift. You're not looking for immediate change. You're not waiting for a magic moment of clarity. No, the change comes quietly, piece by piece, day by day. It comes in the small things, the times you get out of bed when you don't feel like it, the moments you keep working even when you're too tired, the times you keep going even when you want to quit. This is where real transformation happens. It happens in the space between your lowest moments, when you choose to show up anyway. When you show up for yourself, you're planting the seeds of your own strength. You're building something deeper than willpower. You're building resilience, a quiet, powerful force that doesn't need to announce itself. It's the steady, unwavering belief that even on the hardest days, you're still worthy of trying, still worthy of growth. And it doesn't matter if no one else notices. It doesn't matter if no one else understands. The most important thing is that you see it. You see that even in your moments of exhaustion, of doubt, you chose to keep showing up. You chose to stay, to fight, to be present. That's where your strength lies. Your strength lies in your willingness to be there for yourself when it feels like no one else is. You may not see it now, but the consistency of showing up is the foundation of everything. You're creating a pattern, a habit, a way of living that will keep you moving, even when the road is long. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Every moment you show up, you are creating a life that you didn't think was possible. The next time you feel like giving up, remember this. Showing up doesn't mean being perfect. It doesn't mean having all the answers or knowing how to solve every problem. It means that you are here, you are present, and you are still fighting. It means that you are choosing yourself again and again, even when it's hard. And that, my friend, is the most powerful thing you can do. Because in the end, showing up is how you survive. And when you survive, you grow. And when you grow, you find that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. So even on your worst days, keep showing up. That's where everything starts. You know that feeling. It starts deep within. A weight so heavy it pulls at everything inside you, until all you can do is carry it, hoping it doesn't break you. The world feels like it's closing in, and you start to wonder if it's worth continuing, if the struggle is ever going to end. You feel every bruise, every scar, and it seems like they'll never heal. It feels like the pain has a voice, and it's louder than everything else. But here's something that might shake you. That pain, the one that's been haunting you, has a purpose. It's not just something you endure, it's the raw material that shapes you. It's the forge that can turn you into something stronger than you've ever imagined. What if instead of seeing pain as a barrier, you began to see it as the fire that refines you? The thing that tests you, but also the thing that gives you the power to transform. I know it sounds impossible, maybe even cruel. How can pain, something so sharp, so relentless, be the thing that sets us free? How can the very thing that makes us feel weak and broken also hold the key to our greatest strength? Because here's the truth you might not want to hear. Without pain, there is no growth. Without the struggle, there's no way to become who you were always meant to be. The hardest part is this moment. The moment when you're still in it, when you feel like you're suffocating under the weight of it all. When you can't see past the pain to any kind of purpose. It's in that moment that you make a choice. Do you let the pain consume you, or do you find a way to use it? To turn it into something that propels you forward? There's a part of you, deep inside, that knows that you're more than this struggle. You're more than the hurt, more than the scars. The warrior inside you has been waiting for the moment when you finally realize that the battle you're facing is the very thing that will unlock the strength you've been searching for. Pain isn't something to be afraid of. It's something to lean into. When you stop running from it, when you stop fighting it, and simply allow yourself to experience it fully, something shifts. That is the moment when the transformation begins. The greatest warriors are not the ones who have avoided pain, but the ones who have gone through it. Who have faced it head on and come out stronger on the other side. They know that pain doesn't define them. It refines them. What you're going through right now, the struggle that feels endless, is part of your process. It's not something to fear. It's a tool in your hands. If you dare to embrace it, if you choose to not only survive it, but learn from it, you'll find that the pain begins to lose its power over you. But it's not easy. The path from pain to purpose is never straight. It's messy. It's uncertain. There are moments when you'll question everything, when you'll want to give up, when the weight of it all feels unbearable. But those moments are exactly what you need to pass through. The only way out is through. And when you pass through the fire, you come out forged in a way you never could have imagined. This is how you turn your pain into purpose. You use every tear, every bruise, every loss as fuel to move forward. You learn from it. You let it teach you, shape you. You don't let it control you. You choose to let it empower you. Because in the end, pain is just a chapter, not the entire story. And while it may feel like it's the only thing that defines you right now, the truth is that it doesn't. Your story isn't over. In fact, your story has just begun. You have within you a well of strength that you've barely tapped into. You may not see it now, but it's there, buried beneath the weight of everything you're carrying. The process of turning pain into purpose is about discovering that strength, piece by piece. It's about realizing that you are capable of so much more than you think. And as you rise from this, as you begin to move beyond the pain, you'll look back and realize something powerful. You wouldn't be who you are today without it. Every challenge, every moment of pain has shaped you, has prepared you for something greater than you ever imagined. What you're going through right now is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And when you look back on this moment, you'll see it not as a time of suffering, but as the very thing that pushed you to become who you were always meant to be. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. And one day, you'll look back at this pain and realize that it was the fire that forged your purpose. It was the very thing that set you free. There's something suffocating about holding on. Something that feels like a constant, tight grip around your chest, pulling at your soul, convincing you that you can't move forward unless you keep clutching on to what hurts. You've felt it, haven't you? That moment when the past won't let go, when the fear of failure haunts you every step you take, when those old beliefs about who you are and what you can achieve keep you tied to a life that doesn't fit you anymore. You're stuck, and it feels like you're stuck for a reason. It's as if your past has become an anchor, and you've been told that you have to keep carrying it. It's painful, it's exhausting, and yet you hold on, thinking that it's the only thing keeping you afloat. But what if that anchor isn't keeping you safe? What if it's the very thing that's drowning you? Letting go is hard. I know that. Because when you've spent so much of your life holding on to something, whether it's a failure, a mistake, or a belief about yourself, it becomes a part of you. It's like a shadow that follows you everywhere, whispering that you're not enough, that you're not worthy, that you can't move past it. And you listen. You let those whispers settle deep inside your mind until they become your reality. You convince yourself that the weight you carry is necessary, that you don't deserve freedom from it. But here's the thing you need to hear. Deep down in your soul, the weight you're carrying is not yours to bear. The truth is, what's holding you back is not just the past or the mistakes you've made. It's the refusal to release them. It's the fear of stepping into the unknown, of confronting the uncomfortable truth that you've been holding on to things that don't serve you anymore. You've been scared to let go because you think that if you do, you'll lose something. But what if you've been holding on to the wrong things all this time? The fear of letting go, the fear of change, is so deep that it can paralyze you. It convinces you that there's safety in what's familiar, even if that familiar thing is painful. And that fear, that resistance, keeps you stuck. It keeps you trapped in a loop of regret, shame, or doubt. Always looking back but never moving forward. I know you're scared. You're scared of what will happen when you let go. Scared of what it will mean about you. Scared of how it might change you. The fear that you might not be able to handle what's on the other side. But here's what you need to understand. The strength you're looking for isn't in holding on. It's in the release. When you let go, you don't lose anything. You free yourself. You create space for something better to enter your life. You open the door to a future that doesn't have to carry the weight of your past. And it's in that space, that moment of release, that you find your true strength. Letting go isn't about weakness. It's about courage. It's about having the strength to say, I no longer need to carry this burden. It's time to move forward. It's about accepting that you deserve more than the pain you've been holding on to. But it's not easy. It's not simple. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. To let go of the fears that have kept you small, to let go of the beliefs that have told you that you're not good enough, to let go of the failures that have defined your worth, it takes everything inside you. But the moment you decide to release, the moment you finally let go, You'll begin to feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Freedom. Freedom doesn't mean that you won't ever struggle again. It doesn't mean that everything will be perfect, but it means you're no longer weighed down by the past. It means you're no longer chained to things that no longer serve you. You've created space for growth, for healing, for possibility. You've taken the power away from what used to control you and claimed that power back for yourself. I want you to think about something. What would happen if you let go of the story you've been telling yourself? What if you stopped believing that you're not enough? What if you stopped clinging to the idea that your past defines you, that your mistakes have to control your future? You don't need to carry the weight of everything that's happened. You don't need to hold on to things that have hurt you. The only thing you need to hold on to is your decision to move forward. And that decision is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. Letting go doesn't mean you forget what happened or that you erase the past. It means you stop letting it control you. It means you stop allowing it to dictate your actions, your worth, and your future. You stop making your past the reason why you can't move forward. And once you let go, once you start living without the weight of the past dragging you down, you'll begin to see a different kind of freedom. You'll see possibilities. You'll feel like you're breathing for the first time in years. The pressure, the heaviness will begin to lift. And you'll realize that the strength you were looking for wasn't in the burden. It was in the release. So I ask you now, what would it feel like to truly let go, to release everything that no longer serves you? The fear, the regret, the beliefs that have kept you small. What if you just let them go? You deserve more than this. You deserve to step into the life that's waiting for you, free from the chains of your past. You deserve the power that comes when you finally let go. And when you do, that's when you'll realize the strength wasn't in holding on at all. It was in the letting go. Fear. It's the feeling that stops you in your tracks, that makes your heart race, your mind spin, and your body freeze. It's the voice that tells you, you can't do this. You're not strong enough. You're not ready. It's the wall that appears out of nowhere, blocking your path, making you question everything. You felt it, haven't you? That suffocating grip that holds you hostage, keeping you small, keeping you in place. But what if I told you that fear is not your enemy? What if I told you that it's not something you need to avoid, run from, or defeat? The truth is, fear is a signal. It's telling you something. It's telling you that you're on the edge of something powerful. You're about to step into a space where growth happens. You're about to do something that matters. And that is why fear rises up. It's not trying to hold you back. It's trying to get your attention. Fear isn't here to paralyze you. It's here to push you, to show you that you're on the brink of transformation. But the problem is, we've been taught to fear fear itself. We've been told that fear is a sign of weakness, that it's something to be ashamed of, that we should avoid it at all costs. So what do? We hide. We retreat. We convince ourselves that the fear is too much, that we're not cut out for what's ahead. And in doing so, we stop ourselves from becoming who we're meant to be. What if, instead of running from fear, you embraced it? What if you chose to see it not as a wall, but as a doorway? What if you could move through it instead of letting it paralyze you? The truth is, fear only has power over you if you allow it to. It's the mind's way of warning you that you're about to face something unknown, something uncertain. And yes, that uncertainty is terrifying. But it's also where all the growth happens. It's where you stretch beyond your comfort zone, beyond the familiar, beyond what you've always known. It's the place where everything you want lies, just on the other side of that fear. You've probably experienced it before, standing on the edge, feeling your heart race, your palms sweat, your thoughts cloud with doubt. The fear is so intense, it feels like it's consuming you. It's easier to step back, isn't it? It's easier to convince yourself that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes. But here's the thing, the fear is only there because you do have what it takes. Think about it. If you didn't have the strength, the courage, the potential to do what you're about to do, you wouldn't feel afraid. Fear only shows up when you're about to take a leap, when you're about to make a move that will change you forever. Fear is a sign that you're on the verge of something big, something meaningful. So, why is it so hard to push through that fear? Why do we freeze up in those moments when we should be stepping forward? It's because we've been conditioned to see fear as something dangerous, something to avoid at all costs. We've been taught that failure is something to fear, that making mistakes is something to avoid, that uncertainty is a threat. But what if I told you that failure isn't something to fear? It's something to learn from. What if I told you that making mistakes is a necessary part of growth? What if uncertainty isn't a threat? It's an opportunity. The more you run from fear, the more power it has over you. But when you stop avoiding it, when you lean into it, when you choose to move through it, you take away its power. And that's when you discover something amazing. You are stronger than you think. It's not about waiting for the fear to go away. It's about learning to walk through it, to push past it, to use it as fuel. The fear doesn't disappear, but you don't need it to. What you need is the courage to face it, to move through it, to step forward in spite of it. Think about the moments in your life when you've overcome something difficult. Maybe it was a decision you were terrified to make, or a conversation you were afraid to have, or a leap you were too scared to take. In those moments, you felt fear. You felt doubt. But you moved through it anyway. And on the other side of that fear, you found strength. You found growth. You found out just how capable you really are. This is how it works. This is how you turn fear into fuel. Every time you move through fear, you build resilience. You build confidence. You build a deeper understanding of your own power. Fear doesn't stop you. It teaches you how strong you are. It teaches you that you can keep going, even when it feels impossible. And the more you face fear, the more you realize that it's not as powerful as it seems. You start to see it for what it truly is: a challenge, a signpost pointing towards something important, something that's going to change you. You see, the people who rise, the people who break through, the people who make things happen, they're not fearless. They're just like you. They feel the fear. They experience the doubt, but they don't let it stop them. They keep moving forward, even when they're scared. They know that fear isn't the enemy. It's the key to their growth. So the next time fear shows up, don't run, don't retreat. Don't let it win. Stand tall in the face of it. Feel it, yes, but don't let it control you. Use it. Let it fuel you. When you move through it, you'll discover something you never thought possible. Your true strength, your true potential, your true power. Fear will always be there, but so will you. Stronger, braver, more capable than you've ever been. And nothing, no fear, no doubt, no challenge can take that from you. You've already proven that you can rise. You've already proven that you can move through anything. And that's the power you'll carry with you for the rest of your life. There's something inside you, something deeper than what anyone can see on the surface, something that no achievement, no amount of success can touch. It's the part of you that stays steady when everything around you is falling apart, the part that keeps you going when you feel like you have nothing left to give. And yet so many of us spend our lives ignoring it. We pour all our energy into external goals, into proving ourselves, into chasing things that can be seen, touched, measured. But here's the truth. None of it matters if you don't have a solid foundation beneath it all. You can reach the highest heights, but if your foundation is weak, one crack, one storm will bring it all crashing down. Success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. It's about fortifying your mind, your emotions, and your soul so that when the inevitable challenges come, you have the inner strength to face them. Do you ever feel like you're constantly pushing, striving, reaching for something outside yourself, but never quite feeling fulfilled? It's because the world has conditioned us to chase after the wrong things. We've been told that success is external: fame, wealth, titles, praise. But these things are fleeting. They can be taken from you at any moment. What can never be taken from you is the foundation you build within yourself. That foundation is the bedrock of your resilience. It's what holds you steady when everything is in flux. Right now, you might feel like you're constantly battling against the world, against your circumstances, against your doubts. Maybe you've faced failure after failure, disappointment after disappointment. You might be tired, worn out, questioning if it's even worth it. But I want you to hear me clearly. The storm you're facing isn't meant to break you. It's meant to reveal the strength that already lies within you. You see, when we talk about building your inner foundation, we're not talking about some abstract concept. It's real. It's the ability to stand firm when life hits you with the unexpected. It's the resilience to get back up after you've been knocked down. It's the emotional strength to not be destroyed by every setback or failure. And yes, it takes time. It takes effort. But most importantly, it takes a willingness to face yourself. You might be wondering how to build this inner foundation. How do you go from feeling lost and vulnerable to feeling unshakable no matter what happens? The answer lies in your mindset. It lies in how you choose to see yourself and your world. First, you have to stop letting your circumstances define you. Life doesn't always go as planned. People will let you down. You will make mistakes. But none of that is what defines you. You have to stop identifying with the things that happen to you. The way you were raised, the failures you've experienced, the setbacks you've faced. None of it determines who you are unless you allow it to. Your worth is not tied to external validation. It's not tied to how much money you make, how many people like you, or how much recognition you get. Your worth is rooted in who you are inside. It's in your ability to keep moving forward when things get tough. It's in your courage to rise up after you've fallen. It's your ability to embrace failure as a lesson, not a defeat. Building your inner foundation is about creating a mindset that refuses to be shaken by life's storms. It's about learning to find peace within yourself, regardless of what's happening around you. It's about understanding that the only thing you can truly control is how you respond to the challenges that come your way. And once you grasp that, everything changes. But it's not just about mindset. It's about emotional strength. 2. Life will always throw things at you that test your patience, your resolve, and your heart. And it's easy to let your emotions control you. To let fear, doubt, and anger take the reins. But true emotional strength comes from mastering your emotions, not suppressing them, but understanding them. Knowing that just because you feel fear doesn't mean you have to act on it. Just because you feel doubt doesn't mean you have to believe it. When you build emotional resilience, you stop allowing external circumstances to dictate how you feel about yourself. You stop allowing other people's opinions or life's ups and downs to determine your worth. You start to develop an unshakable belief in yourself, one that doesn't waver with every change in the wind. This emotional fortitude is what will carry you through every storm. And then there's the final piece, your sense of purpose. Having a solid inner foundation means understanding what truly matters to you. It's about aligning your actions with your values, not chasing after things that leave you empty. It's about living authentically, knowing that the choices you make are aligned with the person you're becoming, not just the person you think you should be. So how do you begin to build this foundation? It starts with small actions, consistent choices, and a willingness to face your fears. It starts with choosing to show up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. It's about forgiving yourself for the mistakes you've made and learning from them. It's about building habits that strengthen your mind and body. Not because you're chasing a destination, but because you're creating a life that reflects who you are at your core. But perhaps the most important thing you can do is to stop trying to be perfect. Perfection isn't real. And if you wait for everything to be perfect before you take action, you'll never move. Building your inner foundation doesn't mean getting everything right all the time. It means accepting yourself as you are, flaws and all, and choosing to keep growing. You're not meant to live in a constant state of fear or uncertainty. You're not meant to constantly feel like you're on the verge of falling apart. You are meant to stand firm no matter what comes your way. And when you build your inner foundation, when you cultivate that unshakable sense of self, you'll see something remarkable. You'll see that nothing can take you down. No storm, no challenge, no setback can ever break you. Because you have already built something stronger than anything life can throw at you. You are the foundation. And that foundation is unbreakable. You've been there, right? That moment when you look at something you've worked on for hours, days, maybe even weeks, and it just doesn't feel right. You pick apart every detail, every small imperfection, thinking, if I could just make this perfect, then it will be enough. But instead, you only feel further from where you want to be. The more you try to perfect it, the less you seem to move forward. Perfection has a way of tricking you. It convinces you that the only way forward is to make everything flawless, to remove every mistake, every flaw. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Perfection doesn't move you closer to your goal. In fact, it might be the very thing holding you back. When you're obsessed with perfection, you're stuck in the cycle of constantly tweaking, adjusting, and redoing. You're paralyzed, always waiting for that elusive perfect moment, that perfect outcome, that one thing that will finally make it all fall into place. But what if I told you that perfection is a trap? A trap that keeps you stuck in one place, endlessly chasing something you'll never catch. Because here's the thing, perfection doesn't exist. Not in the way you think. You might get close, but there will always be something more to improve, something else to perfect. And in that pursuit, you'll miss out on the most important thing, the progress you're making, step by step, no matter how imperfect it seems. You felt it before, the frustration of not being good enough, or not seeing the results you expect. And in those moments, when everything feels like it's just not perfect, it's easy to want to quit. To throw in the towel because it doesn't feel like the end result is going to be worth it. But what if the most important thing wasn't the end result at all? What if the most important thing was the small, consistent steps you took to get there? The persistence that kept you moving forward even when perfection seemed impossible. I know how discouraging it can be to feel like you're not getting it right. We're conditioned to believe that success only comes when things are flawless, when everything falls into place exactly as we've imagined it. But the truth is that vision of perfection is often what holds us back from achieving anything at all. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect version of yourself, you have to learn to trust the process. Because the process isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed to moving forward, even when it feels like you're not where you want to be yet. It's the consistency, the persistence, the relentless forward motion that carries you through. It's easy to look at other people and think they have it all figured out. They look polished. They seem flawless and everything they touch turns to gold. But what you don't see is the hours of work behind the scenes. The failures they've faced, the mistakes they've made, and the setbacks they've endured. They've learned that the secret isn't perfection, it's persistence. The difference between them and someone who gives up is that they kept going, even when things didn't look perfect. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about doing everything flawlessly. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when the finish line feels miles away. Because the moment you stop chasing perfection is the moment you free yourself to actually make progress. You stop being paralyzed by the fear of not getting it right, and you start moving, learning, growing. Think about the last time you were stuck, paralyzed by the idea that you weren't doing it perfectly. Maybe you were starting something new, and you couldn't figure out how to make it just right. Maybe you were working on a project and it wasn't coming out how you envisioned. In those moments, it's easy to feel defeated. You feel like you're not good enough, like you're failing. But what if you could reframe those moments as opportunities instead of setbacks? What if you could embrace imperfection as part of the journey, not something to be ashamed of? Because that's the truth. Perfection is an illusion. It's the process, the consistent effort, the resilience to keep going that matters. The breakthrough happens when you're willing to trust the process. It happens when you let go of the idea that you need everything to be flawless, and you embrace the small, messy steps that lead to something greater. Every time you choose persistence over perfection, you're laying the foundation for success. It's not about getting everything right. It's about learning from your mistakes, improving as you go, and never giving up. Each time you fail, you learn something valuable. Each time you doubt yourself, you find new strength. And each time you keep going, even when the results aren't perfect, you build the resilience that will carry you through the challenges ahead. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to take action. You don't have to wait until you've arrived to start living your purpose. The truth is, you're already on the path. Every step you take, no matter how small or imperfect, is progress. It's when you keep moving, when you keep showing up, that the magic happens. And here's the breakthrough moment. Perfection doesn't matter. What matters is your persistence. The ability to keep going, keep moving forward, even when things feel messy. Because when you stop worrying about being perfect, you free yourself to truly make progress. You free yourself to be who you're meant to be. You don't need to be flawless to succeed. You don't need everything to fall into place. What you need is the courage to keep going, no matter what. So stop chasing perfection. Start chasing progress. Because in the end, it's the journey, not the destination, that shapes who you become. And that journey is powered by persistence, one small step at a time. You felt it before. The weight of the wrong energy around you, that sinking feeling when you walk into a room and something just doesn't feel right. You might not be able to pinpoint it, but you can feel it in your gut, creeping into your thoughts, affecting your mood. You leave feeling drained, unsure of what just happened, but certain of one thing. Whatever that was, it wasn't good for you. It's easy to dismiss these feelings, to think that they don't matter. But here's the reality. Your environment matters. The people you surround yourself with, the places you choose to be, the habits you allow into your life. All of these things shape who you are and who you are becoming. Whether you like it or not, the energy around you is constantly influencing your thoughts, your actions, and your very sense of self. You might think that success is all about what you do, the effort you put in, the hustle you push yourself through every single day. But the truth is, it's not just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming in the process. And who you are becoming is deeply affected by the energy you allow into your life. I know how it feels to be stuck in a cycle of negativity. To be surrounded by people who drain you, places that feel heavy, or habits that hold you back. It's exhausting, isn't it? You pour your heart and soul into everything you do, and yet something always feels off. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you try, it feels like you're not moving forward. You feel stuck, like you're treading water, giving everything you have, but getting nowhere. And here's the painful truth. Part of the reason you're stuck is because you've been surrounding yourself with the wrong energy. Whether it's toxic people who constantly pull you down, environments that don't support your growth, or habits that keep you from becoming the best version of yourself, this energy can sabotage your progress without you even realizing it. But here's the shift. You have the power to change it. You have the power to decide what kind of energy you let into your life. And that decision, it can change everything. When you choose to surround yourself with the right energy, everything begins to shift. You start to feel lighter, more inspired, more connected to your own potential. It's as if you've been walking through life with a weight on your shoulders, and when you start aligning with the right people, places, and habits, that weight is lifted. You feel a surge of clarity, of purpose, of possibility. You might be wondering, what does it mean to surround yourself with the right energy? It's about consciously choosing to align yourself with things and people who support your growth, who challenge you to be better, who inspire you to reach higher. It's about creating an environment, internally and externally, that reflects the person you want to become. Think about the people in your life right now. Do they lift you up, or do they drain you? Are they supportive, encouraging you to take risks, to grow, to step into your power? Or do they hold you back with their negativity, their limiting beliefs, their constant doubts? The truth is, the people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset. If you're surrounded by negativity, by people who criticize, who tell you what you can't do, you will begin to internalize those beliefs. You'll start to believe that your dreams aren't possible, that you're not good enough, but it's easier to just give up. But when you surround yourself with the right people, people who believe in you, who challenge you, who see the best in you, you begin to believe in yourself too. You start to rise to the occasion, to step into a version of yourself that you may have never thought was possible. And this doesn't just apply to people. It applies to the places you spend your time and the habits you allow into your life. Your environment is a reflection of your energy. Are you in a space that makes you feel small, uninspired, or unworthy? Or are you in a space that inspires creativity, growth, and positivity? The energy of your environment plays a huge role in how you show up in the world. If you're spending time in places that make you feel stagnant, surrounded by clutter, negativity, or chaos, it's no wonder you feel stuck. But when you intentionally choose spaces that make you feel calm, inspired, and motivated, you align your energy with your growth. Your physical space can either energize you or drain you. It's up to you to choose which one. And then there are the habits you form. Are your habits lifting you up, or are they keeping you in a cycle of procrastination, fear, and doubt? Habits are powerful. They either fuel your growth or keep you stuck in a rut. The habits you choose to repeat every day determine the energy you carry with you. If you want to rise to new heights, you must begin by cultivating habits that support that vision. Habits like consistency, mindfulness, self-compassion, and a commitment to progress over perfection. I know it's not easy to let go of the wrong energy. It's hard to walk away from relationships, environments, or habits that have been a part of your life for so long. But here's what you need to realize. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you are making room for the things that will help you grow. You are creating space for new, positive energy to enter your life. You are choosing to step into a version of yourself that you've always known was inside you but maybe couldn't access until now. You have the power to decide who and what you allow in. You can choose to surround yourself with people who lift you higher. You can choose environments that inspire and support your growth. You can choose habits that push you toward the best version of yourself. And when you do that, when you consciously align with the right energy, everything changes. You start to feel more alive, more connected to your purpose. You start to believe in your own strength and capability. The weight lifts, the fog clears, and you can see your path more clearly than ever before. You are capable of greatness, but you can't do it alone. You need the right energy around you. You need to surround yourself with the right people, places, and habits to elevate you to new heights. And when you do that, there's nothing that can stop you, because the right energy will remind you of who you truly are and who you're capable of becoming. There's a voice inside you, a quiet whisper in the back of your mind, telling you that you're meant for more. You've heard it, haven't you? You've felt it in those rare moments of clarity, those brief flashes of insight when everything around you fades, and you know deep down that there's something inside you that's waiting to break free. But here's the hard truth. You've been ignoring that voice. You've been playing small, staying in the shadows, convinced that this is all there is. But deep down, you know that's not true. You know that you're capable of so much more. Maybe it's fear that's been holding you back. Fear of failure. Fear of what people might think. Fear of stepping into the unknown. Or maybe it's the doubt, the constant questioning of your worth. The feeling that you're not good enough to achieve what you dream of. It's exhausting, isn't it? The battle between what you know you're capable of and what you've convinced yourself you're actually capable of. But let me tell you something. You were never meant to play small. The potential within you is vast, limitless. It's beyond anything you've allowed yourself to believe. You were made for greatness. And the moment you start embracing that fact is the moment everything begins to shift. Right now, you might feel stuck. You might feel like you're working so hard, giving everything you have, but still falling short of where you want to be. You look around and see others moving forward, reaching their goals, living the life you've always dreamed of. And you wonder, why not me? Why can't I have that? The answer is simple, because you haven't fully embraced your potential yet. You've been holding yourself back, not because you don't have the ability, but because you haven't fully stepped into who you were meant to be. You've been looking at your life through a narrow lens, focusing on your limitations, on the obstacles, on the reasons why it won't work. But when you shift your focus, when you start looking at what you can do instead of what you can't, everything changes. The truth is, greatness is not reserved for a select few. It's not for the lucky or the privileged or the ones who are born with it. Greatness is inside everyone. It's in you. You've always had it. Even when you couldn't see it, you've been carrying it with you, buried beneath layers of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But that doesn't change the fact that it's there. It's waiting for you to tap into it, to bring it to the surface, to unleash it on the world. It starts with one simple decision: to believe in yourself. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, for everything to align perfectly. You just need to make the decision to step into your power, to stop shrinking back, to stop playing it safe. You need to start believing that you are worthy of the success, the happiness, the fulfillment you desire. But I get it. It's not easy. You've spent years building up walls around your potential, convincing yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you're not capable. You've been so focused on what you lack that you've forgotten to recognize what you already have. Your strengths, your talents, your unique perspective, they're all part of your greatness, but they've been overshadowed by the noise of self-doubt, the constant comparison to others, the fear of failure. It's time to silence that noise. It's time to stop letting the world dictate what you can and can't do. You are the one who gets to decide your future. You are the one who gets to determine how far you'll go. And I know it's scary. I know the unknown feels intimidating. But here's the thing, nothing is more powerful than someone who has unlocked their full potential. When you tap into what you're truly capable of, there's no limit to what you can achieve. The road to greatness is not a straight line. It's not a smooth path, and it's certainly not easy. There will be setbacks, there will be failures, there will be moments when you question everything. But the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who don't is simple. Those who succeed keep going, even when it's hard. They push through the obstacles, they learn from the failures, and they keep moving forward. And you can do the same. Right now, you may be standing at the edge of something big. You may feel that pull, that urge to take a leap, to go after something that scares you. But it's so easy to hold back. It's so easy to stay in your comfort zone, to stay with what you know, even if it's not enough. But comfort will never lead to greatness. Comfort will never challenge you to grow, to evolve, to become the person you were always meant to be. You have to choose discomfort. You have to choose the fear, the uncertainty, the unknown. Because when you do, you're choosing to become something greater than you've ever known. You're choosing to step into a life that is truly yours, one that is built on your potential, not your limitations. And here's the breakthrough moment. You are capable of far more than you think. You've been playing small for too long. You've been holding yourself back, convinced that you're not ready, not worthy, not enough. But the truth is, you've always had everything you need inside you. All it takes is the courage to step into that power, to believe in yourself fully, to trust that you are worthy of everything you desire. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? What are you holding back? Your greatness is not a distant dream. It's right here, right now, waiting for you to embrace it. You've always had the potential to be extraordinary. Now it's time to step into that potential. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. Don't hold back any longer. Step into your greatness. There's nothing that can stop you now.